Hello, my name is Mike Smith. I want to run you through this interface in a very brief amount of time just to give you an idea of how to use this new web application which is designed for English language learning online. It is designed to use a piece of multimedia, a video in this case. Up here in the top left you can see that. Usually that's a video, but it could be an audio as well. And then below that is a transcript. And what you will see is pressable buttons that you can use to move to specific points in the video. Let me demonstrate by just starting the video here.
Hi, I'm Matt Bogany, flight instructor at the University of North Dakota Aerospace. On today's Aerocast, we'll be discussing precision approach procedures with a strict emphasis on the instrument landing system.
Now this web application is designed to help second language learners practice working with authentic English. And as you can see, this is authentic English. This flight instructor is speaking very quickly and he is not grading or simplifying his language at all. And this is why this interface gives you a lot of help. For example, you can very easily listen and re-listen to sections of the transcript.
Hi, I'm Matt Bogany, flight instructor at the University of North Dakota Aerospace.
You can also control the video directly. And as you can see, as you scrub through the video, the transcript will synchronize. There is also a captions area just there above the video, above the transcript and below the video. And as you can see, all of these sections of the web application can be resized. So this caption area simply displays the current bit of transcript, and it's there nice and clearly for you.
This segment can be defined by a Victor airway, a feeder route.
So in the same way, if you scrub through the video, that caption will update as well. Okay, so there is a bit of multimedia on the left-hand side there, and there is a transcript below that, and the transcript is synchronized to the video. And also these controls allow you to resize your screen, and I'll talk a bit more about that later. I'm using probably the largest screen available at the moment, and your screen will probably be a little smaller than this. Let me show you what this entire web application looks like on a typical laptop screen. So I'm just going to resize the window. Okay, so now we can move things around, or we can just refresh, and it will basically divide the screen up into thirds, with the multimedia on the left with the transcript, and the lesson on the right, in the middle, and the lesson guide on the right. And I'll talk about these two in a moment. When you're working with a small screen like this, it pays to just shut a few extra things down. Or if you wish, you can just shut the media down, or shut the lesson guide down, depending on what you're doing. If you're playing the video, you'll notice that there are these blue buttons, and they can appear anywhere on the page, and they will play the video regardless of whether it's actually visible. So you might be doing a listening activity, for example.
Hi, I'm Matt Bogany, flight instructor at the University of North Dakota Aerospace.
And you can still play the video.
On today's Aerocast, we'll be discussing precision approach procedures.
You can also control
emphasis on the instrument
the video up here with these buttons. So you can play the media
system,
and you can pause it. You can also play the guide media, which is the audio on the right. And these buttons here allow you to toggle the left side, the media side, and the right side. You'll also notice up here that there are controls for increasing the size of the text and making it smaller or resetting it to the standard size. So then this layout is very flexible, but it is designed for a large screen. So I'm just going to go back up to my large screen again, and there we are. Okay, so as I mentioned, the video or audio that you're going to be working with is on the left-hand side, and the lesson is in the center. So basically you go from the top of the lesson down through the activities, playing wherever there is a button to play, following instructions, which may be answering questions. There are controls here that allow you to look for hints and show the answer. Sometimes the hint actually gives you a section of the audio to listen to.
Whether the pilot is acting in a single pilot capacity.
As you can see, it's very easy to get around. There's a section here on vocabulary, and you'll notice that when these links are hovered over, a tooltip appears, and that gives you a bit more information about that term or expression. When the tooltip appears, it also appears in this section down below here. So you don't have to worry that the tooltip disappears, because the last tooltip will always end up in the footer here. If you're wondering how the tooltip appears and disappears, it appears for the first time when you hover over a link. Then it will fade out as you hover off. And if you want to explore the tooltip, you can simply bring the mouse over and it will darken up again. And then you can use these inbuilt links here, these search links. But as I mentioned, all of this information is also available in the footer. If you're not using the footer, you can get a little bit more screen space by just shutting it down like that. Okay, so the lesson progresses from top to bottom. Basically, listening, lots of listening activities here, and these activities get progressively more difficult as they go through the sections of the video. Not all of the video is used, but a significant portion of it is. And then there are some grammar questions as well. So I'll just give myself a bit more space here. Okay, so in the grammar, for example, there is a text here that we want to read and listen to at the same time.
The next segment of a precision approach is the
It's
intermediate
playing that,
segment.
and you can see that over here.
This segment is defined by the intermediate
I'll
fixed
just pause that
extended.
now. So you read and listen to that, and this is looking at the language of modal structures. So here are the examples of all the modal structures in this text, in that section there. So clean text there, modal structures there. And then further explanation, and if you want to look up modal verbs on Wikipedia, that will bring up a window in the center of the screen, which will allow you to look at Wikipedia. And I'll just let that happen. Sometimes Wikipedia takes a little while to load. That's not the fault of this web application. That's actually Wikipedia. And when that loads, you'll be able to explore the page that I've sent you to on Wikipedia. There it is there. So you can see that. So there's lots more information there. And these links may lead you to Wikipedia or to a dictionary or to any other site. So that's modal structures, clean text, highlight the modals, further explanation, then a test. And you can select here the correct answers. You can play
The next segment of a
play
precision approach is
the audio
intermediate
again so that you can actually use this as a listening activity, or you can simply read it and try to guess the answers here from the surrounding context. You can, on an individual basis, look at the answers for each of these, and if you choose correctly, for example, and click there, it will actually come up green. If you're incorrect, it'll come up red. You can show all the answers in this section by clicking this button, like that, and you can clear them so you can have another go by pressing the Clear Answers button. So that's modal structures, similarly for logical structures as well. test, and at the end some revision. And at the end there's a transcript. So that's the lesson as it stands, and I may be adding more material to this. I'll definitely be adding more vocabulary and expressions. Now on the right is a section that I've yet to develop, but basically this is the teacher's voice. And so the teacher, that will be my voice, will lead you through this lesson. And these buttons will play my voice up here. So for example, instead of just manually going from the top to the bottom here, this lesson guide will take you to specific sections of the lesson. Welcome to the lesson, part 1, and tell you what to do. And that's this audio track up here. So that's different from the multimedia track on the left-hand side. So the blue buttons are for the left side and the green buttons are for the right side. And I'm just preparing a lesson guide for this lesson now. Okay, so in summary then, this is designed to help you learn English using some authentic video and transcript material, or audio and transcript material on the left-hand side. There's a lesson in the middle. Oh, and I forgot to mention there's a menu system here for that as well, which you can hide if you want to, depending on the size of the screen. You simply go through all the questions. They will lead you through what we're trying to teach you. And when the lesson guide is complete, you'll see that on the right-hand side as well, and you can simply go to the different sections by clicking these buttons. Sometimes in these sections here, if you click this green button, the teacher's guide, the lesson guide here, will automatically play the left-hand media for you as well. So it's almost like if you press play from the start here and listen to the whole thing, then the teacher would lead you through the entire lesson and play the multimedia for you. All right, so that's a basic introduction to the interface. Thanks very much.